What up? Schmoedown Rockers. Post-Century Club. See how I could do. Post-Century Club. Let's fix that because I really hate that fucking leak that happened there. If I could move that with the other thing, I would do it. Anyways, I have the Smasher one on because we're dealing with Dungeon. Well, also because the Smasher was on it. If you didn't check that out, check it out there. I might have missed it if they decided. I guess they accepted Bear Trap. I'm hoping I accept Bear Trap. There's nothing to be better. Plus some Harry's. Well, not nearly as much as it was. Also involving drunk people. Plus, one of the chicks was kind of cute. And she mostly did it. And then one of the guys who wanted to do something stupid was one of the guys who wanted to do a tic-tac-toe on my back. Wasn't fun. Was not a fun idea. At all. But anyways. Now, while I can still remember at this current state, we gonna start. It was an interesting week up to a point. Especially given that one of the matches that were hyped as fuck, and that's why you had it at the Friday, even though it ended up to where it seemed like the Mike and Alba match should have been the Friday match. Sadly. More on that in a minute. Excuse me. But anyways. Star Wars match is high of the week. We all know that. Because the match turned out better than we all thought it was ever going to be. I had Ace beating Ken. Unlike y'all, I had Ace beating Ken. Just off of what he did in his match against Quevedo. But y'all slept him in with that match. I do blame myself for sleeping on with this Laura Kelly match. But the moment, granted, I had to watch this on Twitch. No matter which way I would have watched it, whether or not I would have used the Chrome app on this phone or the Twitch app on this phone, it don't matter. Because in here, trying to watch it in here, in this room, is a bitch. I basically need to just start watching all the Twitch shit. Hell, I'm sorry to Kelsey because of her little thing, you know. Call sign Magma. Salute. You should also check out her channel. Also check out the Kelsey Kin Gamer, I think is what your handle is on the Twitch. Do that. But anyways. But yes, besides that, which is why I had to wait until like watching my boys in the Cinefanatics. There are other ones you could watch. I mean, I think Let's Get Rid of Schmoedown does it. I mean, Suge Knight's nice and all that. Watch his too. I just keep up with them because I paid them $10, so I won't make it worth my while. And they worth the $10. And they Texas forever, so Danny's good too. It's whatever. Salute, General. But anyway, I'm even bringing out more of a southern drawl than I usually do. Holy shit. Oh no, sometimes on accident. Technically, I live in the South. Because the part of Missouri that I live in was literally part of the South during the Civil War. And let's just say that ever since, and then there's the northern part, which is more around St. Louis and all that. I think Kansas City fits in that bill too, but I'm not entirely sure. He could be still, Sandy, Missouri could still kind of be a border city between the two. But anyways, or at least maybe the inner city is and the outer city isn't. I don't know. Or at least the outer city that isn't, the part that's Kansas City, Kansas. But anyways. I'm clearly not even 6 minutes into this, and I'm already ranting about something that has nothing to do with the Schmoedown, and I apologize, but you can just... I ain't even going to edit this one this time. I had to last time because I said some stupid shit, and I had to fix it. And it kind of kept me from releasing it the day I wanted to release it, so there's that. But anyways, and that's not a big deal. I won't even edit this out. But so you know, sometimes I had to figure out how to use YouTube's freaking bullshit to edit. But whatever. Anyways. I loved it. I fucking loved the moment. Because going into this knowing somehow, just from off of backstage mostly, that Laura Kelly, who, by the way, she got a glow to her ever since she went into corruption. Just saying. Like, damn, girl. A damn. Even though you lost, it's okay. You'll find a way to make up for it, even though you're going to have to wait till next year to do it, which sucks. It's a shame you're not going to be able to do teams, because at least you could probably get by with teams. If you had a good partner to help your ass out. You know? Because I do believe you could. And the attitude works for you. Hell. Dungeon accepts you. As Dungeon Master, I accept you. Not that we got a decent amount of women in the dungeon. I'm sure corruption has almost more at this point. But anyways, still, I'm sure me and at least Video Drew and you'll have some welcoming open arms in that regard. I'm not sure you'll care, but that's okay. Just throwing that out there. You'll be great if you come into the dungeon. You'll be fine. Your attitude is accepted in the dungeon. But anyways, the moment finding out that Ace went completely perfect, Kelly missed one. Hell, Ace had to even go as far as to use one of his repeats to be able to keep this going. The moment that happened, my head was like, he gonna do it. Some bitch gonna do it. God damn. From that moment, I was just, at that point, I didn't know I had Kelly. Fuck it. I was along for the fucking ride. God damn, girl. God damn, Ace. Sorry, I was still talking to Kelly. I said that. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Ace. Damn, squad leader. The swag be with you. And that one, I tell you what. Holy fucking shit. You did good. You went above and beyond. Like, you now stand a chance against Malanta, given his last match. But now that he's seen your match, he knows what he's got to do, and he's got to trigger whatever he did in his match against Scrimshaw. Because that's what he's got to do. That's what he's got to do, and whatever you just did with Kelly, that's what you got to do. And in turn, I expect just as good, if not even better of a match than what you guys already put out in those matches. That's the bar you fucking set for me. which means I'll probably be disappointed by the time I get to it. No matter who the fuck even wins. I'll probably at least like the match, but I don't want to fucking just fucking have a goddamn boner over this fucking match. I mean, that's the level you've got me on with this match. Ace and Andrew DiMolante. That's what you've done. That's what you've done. It's just... Fuck. God damn, I tip my hat. I tip my hat. And it sucks. I can feel bad for her. And given everything, especially after the ladies' appreciation, I didn't even get to finish that yet. And I feel bad. And I will eventually get to finishing that. But it's hard to keep up with everything, especially by the time the weekdays come around, and you got to keep up with Sen, and then big stage, and then even with the Patreon, whatever you got with that, and a bunch of other things. Ugh. Hell, it's part of the reason why it's probably, I apologize to Smets, and that's probably why it's taking me so long. And hopefully, once your Chandra match is done, and you're able to get back on social media after tonight, which tonight is the night, this is his last thing he's doing before he just does what he usually does and just blacks himself out of his DMs and focuses on what he needs to do to make sure he wins his match against Chandra. Please, for the love of God, do so. I do not want to risk this, because I'm actually thinking of getting me a certain particular shirt right now, just to have a backup plan, so I'm not completely considered shirtless, even though I can easily use the Gucci thing, the Gucciverse, or the Smets show, the Kaiser Gucci show thing as a clip, as my little retaliation for that, by the way. Just so you know, I can do that now. Other than that, I love you, bro. But yeah. Fucking just... That match is just kind of... And I had already, because of being a patron, had seen the Greg Alba Kalinowski match. That... Thank you. What I got out of that is what I wish I would have gotten out of the freaking Parker Goddard match. More on that later. Greg wound up having DCEU, and managed to pull a nearly perfect enough game, or at least he managed to keep it interesting enough to force Kalinowski to hit his 5. That's insane. That's insane. Just... It just shows and this just shows that after this match, if anything, Kalinowski's already knows he needs to step up. The real question is, how much will it be, and will it be enough? Hell, the real question is, does this also, after seeing this match, will that only further the fact that the Z1000 will step up even more, and maybe go Z2000, for all I know. Yeah, right. That is the Z-Man Eric Zipper that he's going up against. And once again, our fucking round 2 matches is essentially 2 of them. Half of them are essentially corruption or dungeon. And that just makes it even more interesting before even going into semifinals. I understand. Like, I'm hoping at the very least what Fight Zipper puts in is nearly on the level that Alba did, if not even better. I need that from him at the very least if he's not going to win this damn thing. So at least it's enough to even get Kalinowski to want to acknowledge him without saying zippity-doo-dah. I want that for him. I really do. I can't wait for that match in and of itself. And then I think the next match coming up tomorrow will be the start of the round 2s. Or at least tomorrow for me, at least. It won't be till Thursday. which would believe be Barbarian and John Humphrey. I have Barbarian winning this thing. I do expect Humphrey to pull off some similar things with Kalinowski, though. I do. Then again, we'll see if whatever Humphrey was when he fought Janine, shows up here. That's what I'm saying. But with that, anyways, before that, we do have, oh man, I wish this match could have been better. Not that Goddard didn't put up enough of a fight to keep it interesting, even though it's not interesting enough. And it sucks. I started the page for the Bandit Brigade in the Facebook. I don't know if he had that in his eyes rolling around when Smets had to tell him about my one episode. Like literally a week ago. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that was rolling in Goddard's head or not, and I know I need to keep up with his other stuff too, and he's a good dude. I do believe he has a potential, and I think he can still pull off being in the conversation of Rookie of the Year with his teams and singles runs. Despite this loss and how it was handled, it's just I don't think he was as prepared as he should be, and I don't even think that's even the problem. I do think that he was trying to really think the answer in, but he was zoned out and got too distracted by Mark, and he's probably going to say some stupid shit that'll probably pay off in Send Live maybe, but that's about all it'll do. If ever Mark does come on to Send Live again. But I even doubt that at this point. But unless somehow Goddard just shows the fuck up into a reunion, Schmoedown reunion thing, whenever and if ever that's going to happen, even though the last one was essentially more so the Ellis Harloff show or whatever. The hell that little stint thing they did with Collider was before they decided to bring back the Schmoes. I don't know, but we'll see how that Schmoedown limited series will be if that is still going to be ongoing, if limited series or anything. We'll see. But anyways, I mean, it just went down to the last question. A lot of challenges with the Andres and Kelly match. I don't know if I got a chance to say that, but so good. So good. Oh, man. Whew, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'm glad for my boy Parker. It sucks he did the missing, but at least Parker is smart enough and knows what he needs to do. The marker thing was funny too, by the way. But yeah. Goddard just completely lost it after that, and it seems it affected him completely in his gameplay. Because you can tell he was just pissed. He was just pissed the rest of the game after that. He was out of it. And the fact that him being out of it and he was able to pull off what he needed to do to force Parker to even get to his 2 and his 5 says enough. Just says enough that all he could do at that point, knowing full well how Parker plays, given the Lord of the Rings exhibition match, which is public on YouTube, by the way, that's enough to show you Goddard knows what he's getting himself into. It's just when he knows he can't miss at all. That's why he's so fucking pissed. Was so fucking pissed with Mark. Because he knew it had fucked him up so bad. I just hope Mark ain't gonna get a backlash from all this shit. He's just doing what he was supposed to do, and he even said it in the match in of itself, with how he is with his post-match stuff. I just think that he wasn't it didn't bother him as much, maybe, because I don't think he was able to hear them bantering as much in the studio than in comparison. We'll see what in studio is with Skybound once that studio finally does come to fruition. Yeah, it's late, but I'll probably be watching the C2A or trying to keep up with C2A once this is done here, but with my boys there, my boys and ladies there. But anyways, and speaking of Smets, I'm eventually gonna get to it, but I need to practice. Okay? It's not just for me, it's also for the fact that I kind of want to teach her this like Ian did for me. You don't know what I'm talking about. Bateman might, but I don't even know if he'll understand. But yeah, guy who taught me was a Black Sabbath fan, so that says something. But yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to relearn that one, or at least to some extent at some point, so I can at least have it for at least your portion of that vid, because I'm gonna have to do both of them in one, more than likely, and it will make sense because it's essentially both came out the same year in 1970. But anyways, as far as and it just got it. Such a fun. It was a good match, but it was what I was expecting. But both of these matches end results were what we expected. Parker and Kalinowski advancing. No one expected Andres to advance from Kelly. Yet alone Kelly to miss the 1 point he needed, and then missing the opportunity to get the bonus question. The 2 point difference really set something back. And it would have been a 4 point had the challenge went through on one of the questions, which they redid again. Seriously, what's gonna be challenge? It's not just gonna be upset city. It's more so gonna be challenge city, given what we've seen in the past couple, given the semifinals matches we've had on both sides of the spectrum of the competitors involved going into this match. For this coming Wednesday, I cannot wait to see it. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. Swag's kind of in my top 5, or at least they boosted themselves up a little more into my top 5. You know, even more so because of this. Even though I've used my personal things is obviously Dungeon. Usual Suspects because birthday buddy. Din just tastes just lovely, and Bandit Brigade and essentially ish. Plus plus a couple of them, I believe, are my homies in the armies. So, or at least those that are involved moderating and stuff that I had to go through, and just to make sure the page stayed. Brandy was a champ tonight too, in the Century Club. She wasn't even drinking brandy. Yeah, but sheesh. Yeah. You get it. But yes, I love this. These were fun matches. I just wish the one that was most hyped lived up to the hype, but it didn't. Although I am expecting Parker to beat Ellison, but I don't expect it to be easy either. Goddard didn't make it easy for him either, but I mean, I just think the competition's getting tougher for Parker. And I think Barbarian's going to be a tougher hit given what's happening. And I do hope things are going over better, because I think that despite everything, the people they will be running into are going to be a lot tougher players for each of them. And if they can get past, hell, in Hannah's case, if he can get past Damon, and if Zipper can get past Kalinowski. Holy shit. that's going to make that right side of the bracket that semifinals a hell of a lot more interesting. A hell of a lot more interesting than just having a champ versus a champ versus ex-champ situation. In my opinion, it'll be way more interesting because these are people no one expected to make it that far at all. I'm willing to accept that Zipper is. Hannah, on their hand, we'll see how that goes with Damon, given his track record and what he was able to do against Parker in that freaking exhibition, going as an even longer sudden death than what happened between Mara and Rachel's three-rounder normal type match in a supposed tournament nonetheless. And that was just hard to watch because they were sick. Yeah, it doesn't hold up as well as what it initially did before realizing what was actually going on. And having to see it with even more so viewing it through Video Drew's eyes was a little bit heartbreaking, honestly. Despite that, for what it was as that match that year, it did deserve it because there was just nothing else worth that year. That there was a lot, but nothing on the level that match did have that year. Even though realizing, looking back on that match, that they were not even in their prime and they were able to hold a sudden death. Hold a lot of a massive amount of fucking sudden deaths. So it was just, even though it's nowhere near that Lord of the Rings match, and I just wish that one would count, or at least they should do exhibition match of the year or something. Give the exhibition matches something, That's what I think. And I do think that all the matches going into that one and the finals, and I don't know what we're getting out of the singles tournament other than I think Riley and Silver Strini, and I guess Video Drew said she's probably going to be in the singles tournament anyway. I do think Preston will probably be for sure. I don't know if Tom's going to make a singles debut in the tournament or not. Be interesting to see how he handles himself in singles. But given what Video Drew said, and what happened in the Paul and Tom match, I'm feeling underwhelmed. But I do hope Tom can carry himself. I want him to. I really do. But it's whatever, I guess. What did you guys think of the matches this week? What are your predictions going into the finals of the Star Wars tournament between the squad leader Andres Ace Cabrera, and the hunter Andrew DeMolante, as well as what we're going to be getting going into round 2 or the start of the quarterfinals with Humphrey and Barbarian versus Barbarian, and Brandon Hanna versus Alex Damon. Thoughts on that too wouldn't hurt. But anyways, leave a comment below. Let me know. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. If you smell what the movie trivia Schmoedown. I'm having to be quiet because. And Schmoedown rocks. And Skybound Entertainment. Screw you, chair. And yeah. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when this movie trivia Schmoedown runs wild on you? Fuck it. These aren't the right shades. Ooh, yeah. Dig it.